What's up, my dudes? We just got the information that yes, indeed, we will be getting the 2024 official Monster Energy Supercross DLC for MX vs. ATV Legends. I know a lot of people were kind of wondering about this a little bit. So, yeah, I'm not going to be actually showing the trailer in this video just because the fact it's super short. And it's really just like the kind of track you're seeing right here, but basically with monster logos around it instead of just the regular stuff that you had on the normal Supercross tracks on MX vs. ATV Legends, okay? So, basically what they're doing is February 20th, they will be coming out with a pack of like, I don't know, 4 or 5 tracks. And then all of the tracks past that will come out 4 days before the real-life Supercross race. So I think they're kind of coming out with like the Supercross rounds that have already been done, you know what I'm saying, on February 20th. And then the rest of them will come out as the newer Supercross tracks actually happen in real life, which is cool. So basically, you're getting actual real-life replica versions of the real-life Supercross tracks instead of just having these sort of, you know, somewhat based around the real-life track style Supercross tracks on Legends. Like, even right now, I'm playing on Glendale on Legends, which was a Supercross track in the game that they had before they ever had the official Monster Energy license. So, you know, you've had, like, loosely based around the real-life Supercross round sort of tracks, but now you're actually getting the full-blown thing. That's basically what this new DLC is all about, you know what I'm saying? So, one big thing I also noticed in that trailer was it did have a SMX SuperMotocross logo on one spot of it, if you guys caught that. So this kind of goes along with, somebody said in one of my live streams here recently, there was a leak that showed basically MX vs. ATV, you know, with the SuperMotocross stuff, and this is all adding up at this point, boys. So that's definitely what it's looking like they're basically taking over the whole SuperMotocross sort of licensing here, which is kind of crazy because I thought maybe Milestone was going to end up getting that, and I thought they were working on Supercross 7, so I don't know what the hell's going on over there, but I know there's a lot of people out there that thought that MX vs. ATV would never be able to get the official licensing to both Lucas Oil Pro Motocross and also Monster Energy Supercross at the same time, but that certainly seems to be the case here. So I know a lot of people are going to be excited about this. This is pretty cool. I can't remember the last time we actually had, I don't know, have we ever had actual official, like, licensed Monster Energy Supercross tracks on an MX vs. ATV game? I don't think so. When I'm thinking back to it, I actually don't think we've ever had that before. So, yeah, this is cool. They are going to be doing the full 16-round series. So it's like starting up a whole new season in the game. You know, it's the whole caboodle, boys. It's the whole tea-sipping, Lipton, ripping. It's the whole thing, dogs. So that's what we got going on here, bro. So I know a lot of people are going to be kind of curious about, like, how are the tracks going to be different than, like, the standard tracks in the game? I mean, basically what I could see from that trailer was, I mean, yeah, they're going to be somewhat different, but it does kind of look like you just have, like, the default Legends Supercross tracks. Maybe they've changed a little bit with how they're making the tracks, but then you just slapped on monster logos, like, on the finish line, and you made, like, some of the off-track sort of barriers and things around in the stadiums, you know, those are going to look a little bit more like the actual real-life replica stadiums of those particular tracks. That's what it seems like to me. So it's not going to be as much like playing a, you know, an official Supercross milestone game where it's literally like graphically replicating every single little stitch of it. I don't think it's going to be like that, obviously, because this is still inside of MX vs. ATV Legends, so it's going to kind of be like you mixed, like this Glendale that I'm on right here, which is not an official, Supercross track in the game. It's going to be kind of like you mix this right here with a Milestone, Supercross track. That's kind of what I feel like it's going to be. Graphically, stadium-wise, even the on-track wise, I feel like it's going to be kind of a mixture of those things, but it'll be cool seeing how they do the actual replica deal. There's just nothing that quite competes with that actual official, replica track-based kind of DLC. Same way with the Pro Motocross DLC that they have, That's always going to be some of the best DLC that you could make. Same way with official Supercross track DLC. Now, the difference here is, with the Pro Motocross track DLC, you were getting actually completely different, like Redbud Replica, for instance, is going to be a lot different than your, stock motocross tracks in the game. Way different, Kind of like motocross tracks are really iconic, whereas Supercross tracks, it's kind of like, the stadiums, actually having real Anaheim stadiums with the little rock area, with the little waterfall, that shit's badass. Spency Boy loved that shit. Some of that's going to give you some iconic value, but as far as on track, I don't know how different it's really going to be than just the default stock Supercross tracks in the game. I don't know if it's really going to give you a whole different vibe than, the stock tracks in the game, kind of like the Pro Motocross tracks did. I mean, I know the stadiums will, and getting to see actual monster logos and official Supercross and SuperMotocross logos kind of gets everything more to that next caliber. Surely to goodness they'll make the tracks a different kind of a way, or a better, graphical kind of a dirt way, or something. Maybe pre-made ruts or something. I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're going to do to make the actual on-track something different. You know what I'm getting at here? But we'll just have to wait and see. I'll definitely be checking out those tracks when they first come out. So, yeah, man, February 20th, that's the date you'll get a selection of all the Supercross tracks that have, already happened this year so far. And then they will slowly trickle out the rest of them as the real-life races happen, right? So, yeah, shout out to MX vs. ATV for pulling this off. I'm sure it wasn't cheap. I don't know if maybe the door just opened up because Milestone won't be coming out with a Supercross game this year, since maybe they're working on Supercross 7 right now, so it kind of opened up that door maybe for MX vs. ATV to get access to it for a minute, or maybe they can both have access to it. I have no fucking idea. Maybe they're not even working on Supercross 7. Who knows, bro? Who the hell knows? At this point, we haven't heard much more news on the Milestone side of things, like the new MXGP game or the new Supercross game. We don't really know a whole lot other than kind of hearsay and, somewhat rumor stuff, but this may be the only sort of official replica stuff we get here for a good while. That's kind of what it's looking like to me. But yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I don't know if they just opened up that slight little door for this year, and this is the only year that MX vs. ATV going to have access to it, or if they're going to continue to make, 2025 official Monster Energy Supercross SMX Pro Motocross Championship. This does lead you to believe they're going to have, when you see that SMX logo in the trailer, does lead you to believe you're also going to have the 3 playoff rounds at the end of the year, or the 2 playoff and then the finale, whatever you want to call it, right? But it does kind of seem like you're going to have the full caboodle there, and you probably should be able to actually do a SMX championship in the game of some sort once you get all of the replicas, Monster Energy Supercross, Pro Motocross, and SuperMotocross 3 final rounds all in the game. You should, I'm thinking you're going to be able to actually do SMX sort of championship vibe shit inside of the game as a you know, bit of a, I don't know if you want to call it career or whatever, right? But I believe that's kind of the roads they seem to be going down here. So that's what it seems like to me anyways. So either way, guys, I appreciate you watching all the videos. We're going to keep on rocking these things, boys. Hopefully Legends can just keep getting better. You know, MX vs. ATV is trying to compete with the obvious competition out there, which is MX Bikes and MX Simulator. The fact that, you know, MX Simulator is the only one that you're getting, like, new replica Supercross tracks for free. It's the only one that you're getting that in, and it's the only full-blown simulator, so, you know, MX Simulator definitely still up there, bro. I mean, it certainly is. With MX Bikes, obviously, you have to pay for each individual Supercross track. With MX vs. ATV Legends, you have to pay for, like, a track pass, which is a little bit better, you know. But it's also a AAA dirt bike game, so it's a little bit different. It's not just, like, mods in a game, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It makes more sense to have, like, paid DLC in a AAA game to me that, like, the developer is actually making versus, like, having nickel and diming DLC in a, you know, like a custom track-based sort of community-made kind of, you know, indie-styled moto game. That's when it gets weird to me, when you start charging for tracks in a game like that. But anyways, you know, so, yeah, but MX vs. ATV trying to compete, you know. Everybody wants to ride on the new Supercross replica tracks, and this whole sort of vibe sort of started with MX Sim when you really think about it. MX Sim was the first one doing the replica shit back in the day. 2010 was the first year that they started the replica shit. There was no other moto game doing that before Sim. Pay your motherfucking respects, boy.